I want to talk about the attempted assassination on Trump. I know y'all know about it, so we can talk about it for a few minutes here. Anybody want to talk about it?
Well, do you remember you said not to get upset about the political changes that were coming our way,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And I view everything as a challenge. And when I saw that, that was a challenge because the implications of everything, and it was like it brought me back to the world, and it really challenged my emotions.
Interesting. When you say you view it as a challenge, what do you mean?
Well, because I'm trying to, even, it was kind of strange because a lot of my friends felt the same way. We all had the reaction of, okay, let's just keep our cool here.
Oh, right on.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's
Yeah.
easy because we're so divided right now, and
Yeah.
you start thinking way too much about this. I wanted to push away from it.
Yeah.
And even one of my friends, I sent a thing which was a little bit, I probably shouldn't have done it. And he's like, I'm not even trying to look at that right now.
Right on.
Yeah, which I thought was great. He was doing better than I was.
Yeah, you don't want to identify with all the stuff that's happening in the world because it will draw you in.
Oh, yeah.
And it's got to get worse before it get better. And you don't want to be in the world. You want to be of it, but not in it. And you can definitely live that way. That's good, man.
Right.
Were you surprised
No.
when it happened?
No.
Yeah. Nice. Yes, sir.
Yeah, to me it was beautiful to see how he handled it. He was so calm and relaxed.
Yeah.
When he fell down. The mic was on him, and I heard him say, "Let me get my shoes." He was worried about getting his shoes and all that.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful to see the spirit of the man in him, or spirit of God in him. And when he got up and did the pump, and that really hit me in a I don't know if it emotional way or whatever. I just saw a lot of myself in him, and it was just beautiful to see.
Nice.
It was kind of like the young lady right there in Crenshaw. She's just walking around being all. Trump seemed calm, cool, and collected.
I don't know about that one.
Thank you.
All right. Were you surprised when you heard he was shot?
Yeah, I was.
And why?
Because I would never think that would get here in America. I know it happened before with Kennedy.
Yeah.
However, in this
and Ronald
time,
Reagan, too.
and Ronald Reagan.
And
but
that guy Wallace,
Wallace.
George Wallace from Alabama.
Oh, I don't remember that one.
You didn't know about him, right?
No.
Yeah, he was shot like that, too.
Wow.
Ford did, too? Was he shot?
No, it was Squeaky Fromm. You know, remember the Manson thing?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
She could have easily pulled the trigger. She
Yeah.
was that close to him.
Right.
McKinley was killed too.
Who?
McKinley, back in the late, President McKinley.
I wasn't
It was
born
in,
yet, I don't think.
well, yeah, that was in the
I know I'm old, but I ain't that old.
18 something, like right after the Spanish-American War. Yeah,
Oh,
he was
okay.
killed too. Yeah.
Right on. And so, when it happened, what did you think?
When it happened, I was like, I didn't know what to think. I mean, I remember 9/11 when that happened, but when this happened, it seemed like it wasn't real.
Yeah.
I didn't think it would happen. I didn't think it would happen with Trump.
I wasn't surprised that it happened.
Mm-hmm.
You know, of course, I was hoping that it wouldn't happen, but I wasn't surprised. You know, sometimes things like that happen, you're surprised that it happened to that person.
Maybe I have a
just
false
was
sense
not,
of
because
yeah.
of all the hatred in our country right now.
Yeah.
I wasn't surprised.
Maybe I'm blind to the hatred, I guess, out there.
Oh.
You know, you see it, but yeah, you don't think people are gonna act on it.
Really?
And now yeah, you just got to be more aware and
Yeah.
conscious of it.
Absolutely.
I can see that now.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. And what did you think? Yeah, when it happened.
I just observed it at first, and I was just like, "Wow, they actually tried it." But I wasn't surprised
You were not surprised?
No.
And why not?
because, I mean, they went after his reputation first, they went after his character, and then it just made sense to just go after his life next.
Yeah.
If all that other stuff didn't work.
What a mess, huh?
Yeah, but I noticed he was very fearless. A lot of people act like they're tough and fearless, but I
Right.
mean, someone just tried to take your head off and then you peek your head back out. That was to me like, okay, he really has no fear.
Are you tough like that?
I hope so.
You hope so?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were,
I
don't
would
think,
have been saying, where my mama, not where my shoes.
yeah,
I'd be like, mama. You have to talk about shoes.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I noticed.
I
he's-
would do like the military man. I want mama.
Yeah,
Did you know that the military men cry for mama when they shot?
I could imagine.
Did you know that? Yes. They be crying for mama. They don't be crying for the shoes. No, go ahead.
No, yeah, that's just the first thing I noticed. How
Yeah.
he just peeked his head right back out and did that. I was like, wow. Average man would have been like crawling and trying to hide his head. Yeah,
was
what I
amazing.
noticed. Yeah, it was amazing.
Yes, Raymond.
I knew something like this was going to happen. There was so much anger, so much hate toward him. Indeed, I saw a YouTube video where an actress from a TV series called Orange is the New Black demanded that Biden take Trump out. I just hope she's eating a ton of crow right now.
Well, whatever.
Yes. In a way, I'm glad something like that happened. In a way, it's supposed to be a real truth of what kind of people Trump is dealing with.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
I was shocked. I'm like, whoa, really?
Did you
Like,
cry?
No, I didn't cry.
Why
but,
not?
No, I mean, real men don't cry, right?
You can cry for that.
No, but I was very, surprised. Like when I saw him with his ear, like, whoa, the bullet nearly missed his head,
Yeah.
And then there was another person killed too in the audience. This lady
Right,
that was,
allegedly one dead and two more
Yeah.
wounded in the emergency right now.
yeah. So, yeah,
Okay.
that's maybe the Secret Service needs to be held accountable too, right? For that.
Well, we don't know who is accountable at this point. I just want to know that you cry.
Yeah, I felt nothing actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And no, not like I'm strong. I'm just saying I didn't feel anything
man.
about it. And I would have been surprised if he got killed because I think he's protected by God. So, yeah.
You say you would have been surprised.
Yeah,
had you-
when I saw it, I kind of knew that it was nothing gonna, like people were sending me the clips and I was just like, I kind of knew nothing really bad was going to happen. For some reason, I would have been shocked if he did get hurt badly.
Were you surprised that it happened?
I don't really know if I was surprised or not. Not really.
Oh, okay.
I mean, kinda, yeah. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
But I just think it does show that like he's got the wrong people around him. Whoever it is, who's ever at fault, there's the wrong people around him. He needs to figure that out. So hopefully he learned from that.
Yeah. What a mess.
What a mess.
Yeah. And what did you think? The young lady in the white there.
I don't really feel like I have any opinion on it. I wasn't really surprised. I feel like I heard some conspiracy whispers over the last few years of an assassination attempt, so I wasn't surprised when it was carried out. I also think most things that are projected to us through media could potentially be scripted as well, so I think that that's something to also think about. But I don't really have opinions on most things anymore. I just kind of like watch
Do you
them
think
and
that
observe
he was
them.
really shot or it wasn't?
I don't know. I didn't
Look,
see it with
so
my
you
own
don't think
eyes.
it
I've
really
only seen
happened?
through screens.
Wow.
I mean, I think
you think
it's
it might have been
possible it
fake?
happened. I don't know if I wouldn't say it's fake because clearly we're all speaking on it because something happened.
Right.
But I didn't see it, and I don't know.
Did you see the ear bleeding?
I saw like.
But you
blood
thought that
present.
was like not a real earth, it was a flat.
I don't know what I think. I mean,
Really?
Yeah. It's like,
So that could
and I
have been
didn't
a
really feel any
setup?
emotion towards it.
I'm sorry?
I didn't feel any emotion towards it. I'm just observing what's going on and how people are reacting. And I think anytime something like really large happens on like a mass scale that is getting people to react emotionally one way or the other, I think there's something to question there or just be skeptical of, or not skeptical, but just aware of that and like why why we're being made to feel one way or the other, like why we're being made to take a side, you know?
Yeah, we should
Does that
never
make
take
sense?
sides.
Yeah.
So in your mind, it's a possibility it really didn't happen.
Yeah.
Whoa!
I mean, like, yeah, it's possible.
It could have been a fake ear with fake blood.
I mean, yeah, I've seen like some really
Whoa.
great prosthetics out there, but it also could have been real. Trump, you know, who knows? Maybe I don't want to say that maybe he orchestrated it to look like a badass, but like maybe he was willing to be like, take the shot, just don't hit my head, you know, and he'll like sacrifice the ear for the greater good of the people, you know?
Whoa.
Who knows? I don't know.
That's right.
But
You
it's
smoke
possible.
You smoke pot?
I used to.
Oh, you had some last night?
No,
Oh.
no.
Wow, so you think that could have possibly been fake?
Could be.
Wow.
I didn't see it with my own eyes. All we see is what's off of screens and stuff, you know.
Yeah.
And now we all know with how quickly AI is moving, everything can be altered, and you know, and the dissemination of information happens so quickly. It gets people to make a snap judgment off of something so quickly before actually being able to sit with the information and
Right.
digest it.
That does happen, yeah.
Yeah.
And so, wow.
I also think that like
So you think that ear was a fake ear?
I don't know. I haven't
you
seen.
just take off a little bit of this fake ear.
I don't know. I don't know. But I also like.
I'm gonna start
used to
tomorrow on
be-
the show and say it wasn't real, it was fake. And then 20 years from now, the next generation gonna say it was fake.
Probably. I mean, there's going to be sides on both sides saying one way or the other.
Yeah.
You know, and I used to kind
You
of
can
get.
turn the mic for me.
Sorry, I used to get caught up in, you know, taking the sides politically as
Right.
well, and I also think that it's a dangerous place to be idolizing any man, putting any man on a pedestal, and even Trump, who, you know, is a beacon of, you know, light to the people, but even he is just a man, and I think that we have to be careful idolizing any
Would
man.
you like the light that's in him?
I don't know him personally. I like the goodness that is projected from him,
Right.
and you know, a lot of what he stands for in terms of freedom. But I don't know what his relationship with God is, and I don't know what's driving his intentions. So I like what, you know, he's projected to represent, but I don't know him as a person, and I don't really feel like I have much of an opinion on
Yeah.
it anymore. I find that like. Yeah, opinions just get you caught up in your mind on thinking like what is good or bad, and who am I to judge?
I understand that.
Yeah.
And so you sitting there looking at this ear about to fall off, and you're thinking, that's a fake ear.
Yeah,
That's fake
Could be.
blood.
I don't know. I mean, and
Those
not
sound
to like
real.
downplay if it did happen to him, you know.
Yeah.
But I also just know that we live in a time where you have to question everything.
That's for sure. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I'm so happy to be here. I'm sorry I was
This your
late.
first time?
No, it's been a few years since I've been here, but I
Oh.
listen every Sunday. So
Right on.
Yeah.
Well, welcome back.
happy to be here.
Nice.
When I found out about it, it's like somebody punched me in the chest. It's like, whoa. It was shocking, just like a surprise, in a surprise type of way, because it's always in the back of your mind. Immediately went to the video. The second part that shocked me was being able to watch it, and they played it over and over again all day, like the Zapruder tapes, Kennedy, and you can watch it over and
I know, I
over,
was sitting there like an idiot looking at it play over and over and over.
over and over.
I'm like, I'm going to bed.
And all during the day and at night when I went to bed, that tape was playing in my mind, even though I was practicing being still. When I finished it, being still, the tape would play in my mind, and I wasn't free of it. And even this morning, I got up and it was playing in my mind.
You were traumatized.
The devil was tempting me. He was tormenting me with it. So
Really?
yeah. So
Amazing. Okay.
something else.
Hake said a very interesting thing about it this morning at the office here. Would you say, Hake, you remember?
Well, one thing that I remember saying was it reminds me of 9/11,
Yeah,
how evil only spread after 9/11.
People acted like, oh, after 9/11, we were so united. People felt emotional. Oh, we need to calm down and love each other. But that's not real. It's just emotional. And I think that the temptation is going to be, no matter which way you go, whether you go to nice or whether you go to angry and evil and lashing out, evil is just going to get worse to
Yeah.
overreacting to this.
Absolutely. I was listening to some of the people sending condolences. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. We got all year night together. And I was saying, these people lying. They are not sorry to hear that. It ain't going to unite. It's going to even divide even more, because those that want power they're going to fight harder now to maintain perceived power. And they're not sorry at all, not one iota. Oh, my prayers go out to the family. Yeah, right. All lies. It's just going to get worse. It's not going to get better. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, but the same thing was going through my mind, where I had a lot of different thoughts, like, could this be fake? Is this set up by Trump? Is this set up by the Democrats? Is it the Republicans? You know, and I was just sitting with it. And I also had a reminder then that, wow, if those are all the things that are going through my mind about something like this, it really means that, you know, I really have to stay awake.
Yeah.
That all of these could be possibilities in this time of all the different scenarios I was thinking about. And then if it's true that it was this 20-year-old young man, it's just very sad that someone so young has so much hate or resentment in his heart that he decides to do something like this. And
I saw a picture of the alleged killer, and he looked like some little weaselly white guy with no friends. Yeah. He just looked like he would do something like that, if it's true. It was him.
yeah, and I think that is also, you know, a big part of the problem. You know, that someone so young
Yeah.
decides to do something so wild. And I think that's also part of the discussion. You know, and why it's so important to work on yourself, because that could be any of us.
Yeah. If he did do it, I guarantee you he got a major thrill with the idea of doing it, preparing to do it, going on the roof. The thrill was high. And so even when he shot, he had a thrill about it. And that's what the ego does. It gives you thrills, and live off those thrills. That's why we have to die from the ego. So you were saying that you two thought it might be fake?
Yeah.
Really? So you saw the ear, you would think, oh, that's not a real blood on the ear.
Well, I didn't see any pictures of his ear. I just saw him holding it over it. And, you know, there's all possibilities. I thought, you know, there crazier things are happening in the world,
Yeah.
in this country, than the possibility of that being fake and have been going on for quite some time. So I didn't think that that was a ridiculous, wild thought.
Really?
It was just, this could possibly be so. I
I
didn't.
understand how you guys feel about that, because we've been so duped by the world and the media and the politicians and everybody. It is hard now to know what's really real if it's in the media.
Yeah, and it was not like, I've not been diving into it so much. I don't really have any emotions about it. You know, I don't, you know, identify myself with any of the parties or those leaders.
Right.
So it was just more witnessing an event and was not surprised by it, and just, yeah.
Right on. You stay calm. What I want to say is what happened to the president, it's what's happening in each individual life all the time. We're all dealing with that. Our family member, you do it to others, they do it to you. It's the same evil that drove that person up on the roof to do that is in every angry person. And you might say, well, I never go on a roof and shoot somebody. You're doing it every day when you gossip about them, when you have revenge toward a person, or when you try to get love from someone. or you're trying to get comfort. You're trying to run away from your pain, your ego. You're doing the same thing that man went on the roof and did. You're no different. When you're trying to make a lot of money so you can look good, or you can be homeless so you can be homeless and now people have to help you. It's the same spirit. Every human being is doing that every day to one another, except for those who overcome. But that is no different. And it's going to get worse in the world because human beings are evil. Human beings live in the world, and the world, the evil is coming out of the people. It's not coming out of the earth. It's coming out of human beings. And there's nothing out there, nothing, zero, that can stop it. There's not one thing out there that can save you. So you might as well give up and be saved by the truth. This young lady laid it out fine. You got to face it, what's in you. Because what's in you is in you. It's not in somebody else. Their stuff is inside of them as well, but that's not your problem. Your loneliness is in you. Your ego is inside of you. Your fears. Your idea that you can't make it in the world because some white man or some Jew man, Jewish. I can't say Jew man, right? Are we still allowed to say Jew man? Jewish man, or some black man, or some Indian man. When you say that somebody else can hold you back, that's the same spirit that drove that person up on the roof to kill Trump. To shoot Trump. You're no different. You're two hoops and a holler for being on top of the roof. Really. When you walk out this door and you talk about other people in the meeting, it's the same spirit. You're outside the door, oh, I didn't know that person was crazy like that. That's the same spirit that drove someone on the roof. When you compare yourself to other people, it's the same spirit that drove that person on the roof. You could be on that roof next week. The fact that you could, oh, I want to be like that person, or I don't have as much as that person has. My house is not big enough. My job is not sophisticated enough. I want that. You, same thing, Jeffrey Dahmer. This room is full of Jeffrey Dahmers right now. It's the anger. You don't understand that the spirit of anger runs deep. There is no love. There's nothing but deception in anger. It's the anger that tells you that you're lonely. In reality, you ain't lonely. It's the anger telling you that made a home in you, and you feel the pain of loneliness, and you think it's you, and now you're lonely, now you gotta go out and find somebody. Or get drunk, or get high, or something. Because you can't handle the loneliness. That's not you. You're not lonely. That spirit is telling you that. You're no different than the guy on the roof. Isn't that amazing? But you would think, oh, I would never go on a roof and shoot anyone. Yes, you will. You're doing it every day with your anger. You're shooting yourself and others. You can't be trusted. An angry person cannot be trusted. It's the same spirit that caused women to want to take the men, children away from them, take the kids away from their fathers. Think about that. The fight is between the mother and the father. It has nothing to do with the children. The children just running around. They want both parents. They don't care if you're fighting. They prefer you not fighting. But if you got to fight, they still just want to get along with both parents. They want their breakfast done. They want daddy to come home from work. But you take the children away from the parent, the father, and cause grief for the children. You're the same person on top of that roof that shot at Trump. It's no different. But you think just because you're not on the roof, oh, I'm taking the children away because he won't pay child support. You make up all these lies. Because the man does pay child support, and you still want to take his children. You make it impossible for him to see them. when a man says, or a woman, oh, I broke up with my wife or my girlfriend, and I'm just so lonely, I can't hardly handle it. I'm going to go chase her, bring her back. Anybody ever done that? I'm so lonely for him or her, right? You're the same person on that roof. It's no different. Because it's the spirit, the same spirit got you saying, I got to have this person back. That's not you. That's not from God. That's deception from evil. It's an illusion. It's insanity. But you really feel like, I can't live without this person. I used to be like that. When I broke up with a girl, I had to have one waiting in the rest wing, wait for me. Or if I didn't get one, I'll go up and down the Pacific Coast Highway playing Dock in the Bay. All the way up to Santa Barbara and back. The temptation, like, now they're going north. Diana Ross says, you've been away, I've been down and lonely. And I thought it was me feeling that. I thought I felt the pain because it was in the body. I didn't know the thoughts were telling me that I feel down and lonely. I thought it was me because I felt the pain. And no one had told me, it's not you, Jesse. You don't need to drive up and down Santa Barbara for that reason. But I thought it was me. I felt the pain in the body. 2 hoops and a holler from being on that roof, shooting at Trump. It's the same spirit. And it runs deeper in you than what you realize. Wait until you stay with yourself and you really see how the mind works you. It's going to blow your mind. Anyone that has anger, you're in darkness like you never ever met. It ain't just about hating mama or forgiving daddy and mama. It runs deep. You have totally identified with evil. And you think what you think and feel is you, and it's not. Isn't that amazing? The devil tell you, oh, it's 4th of July. Everybody out there partying. They over there at Aunt Mary's house. They having fun. You sitting at home by yourself. And you start saying, yeah, I'm all alone. And you look out the window. It's all quiet outside. The sun blasting, nobody around. And the devil tell you, you should go over there to May Taylor's house. Or maybe Miss Shule's house. And you'll go, and we get over there, you hate you went. Because they don't like you over there, and you don't like them. I'm telling you, stop claiming this loneliness and this, I gotta have her or him or her. Or the devil tell you, oh, the problem is you want a family. If you had a family, you would feel better. If you had kids, you would feel better. And the crazy men go around looking for a wife. Or they call some stupid online show that tell them how to get a woman. And the person online lying to them. You're not supposed to be trying to figure out how to get a woman or a man. You're supposed to figure out the kingdom of God, and it'll be added to you. If you figure it out, you're just going to end up with the same thing. You're consulting with the devil, and you keep repeating the same problem. Or why do you think you end up with the same woman every time? Or the same man every time? You can get 3 or 4 new men, ladies, and it's the same man. You're like, what the? Because you're consulting with the devil. Your mind is not going to give you the answer to the solution. If you got a problem, something going on, you're not supposed to go into your mind to try to figure out how to solve the problem. You're supposed to leave a blank space, leave it empty, and go through it, and the answer will be given to you from the Father. But you go to the devil tells you, you got a problem. You're like, oh yeah, I do. And the devil tells you, this is the answer to the problem. You need a family, you need children, you need more money, you need this or that. You're like, oh yeah, that's what it is. And then you get it, and the problem doesn't go away, it's still there. And now you go back to the mind and consult with the mind, and the mind gives you another answer to the problem. It is always the wrong answer. That's why you end up with the same thing over and over and over again, you're consulting with the devil. Why not leave it blank? Why you got to go to the devil for everything? Isn't that amazing? Consulting with the devil give you the problem and he give you the solution. And you think you're getting it from God or from yourself.